Hi everyone. Wanted to introduce a new feature to you within Trunc.it, which provides for the ability to upload tweets that exceed the 140 character count in their entirety to our built-in Trunc.it service. In the past, many of you are probably aware of is when you exceed the 140 character count, we would switch out the submit button from a submit button to a shrink button. So you can see here again, when we go beyond that 140 character count, we indicate your character count here. As soon as that switches beyond that 140 character count, tweet input box becomes red in hue, your count goes negative, and that submit button changes over to a shrink button. In the past, all you could do is shrink the tweet in an attempt to get it below that 140 character count, but we wanted to provide a choice to you. So rather than shrink it, you can now elect to upload it instead, again in its entirety, and we'll host it on your behalf at our Trunc.it service. So again, just to rehash the old function, you can elect to shrink it, and then what happens is common words become shrunk using text speech, URLs become shortened URLs, and so on and so forth, in an attempt to get you below that 140 character count. We're not always successful in that, depending on the verbiage you use in your tweet and so on and so forth. So what else could we do? Well, again, what we could do is, instead of attempting to shrink it, we can upload it instead. So now instead of using that tweet, let's go, say you're at your favorite blog and you read an interesting article or paragraph and you wanted to send that along to your followers. So you go over from that blog and you come back over to your Trunc.it and you paste it in, and lo and behold, you're way beyond the 140 character count. So what happens is as we do that count, we say you're beyond 140, you select that shrink or upload button again, try to shrink it, you're never going to get below that 140 character count, pasting a full paragraph in. So instead of electing to shrink it, you can now elect to upload. And when you upload it, what we'll do is truncate that tweet down so that it gets below 140 characters, put in an indicator to let your followers know that this tweet has been shortened or truncated, and then provide a link over to our Trunc.it service so that they can read and view the entire tweet. Right now, the feature's not live while we're creating this video, but I wanted to create a video demonstrating the functionality before we go live, so that's why you'll see that beta in front of there. But you won't actually see the beta, when it's in our production mode. So now you can go ahead and submit that tweet because you're under the 140 character count. It will enter your timeline, just as you saw above. And now when your viewers see that link, they can click it. Inside Trunc.it, you'll get a preview indicating that it's a tweet that's been condensed, and then it continues on when they click the link. Click that link, you or your visitors, you'll come over to our Trunc.it service, and the entire tweet is there for your viewers to read. So that's it in a nutshell of how the functionality works. It's important to note that you may have seen as well, when you come in and are presented with your option for shrink or upload, you also see a little link that's labeled default. And what you can do is rather than always be presented with the option to either shrink or upload, you can set a default so that we'll always do one behavior or the other. So here on the advanced options page, you'll see long tweet action, always prompt, which is the default behavior. If you want to change that, you can say always shrink or link to full tweet. And what happens then is when you save that option out, and now you have a long tweet that exceeds 140 character count, and you click that button, we're going to immediately and automatically create the upload and link to Trunc.it when that option is selected. Or if we have the other option set by default, to always shrink, save. Settings are saved, come in, and now when we click that button, we're going to attempt to auto truncate it. In this case, obviously, we're still never going to get below that 140 character count. So again, those are your options. You can do nothing, and by default, you will always be presented with whether you want to shrink or upload, or change that setting via the advanced options menu to always default to one or the other. And that's it. Hope you enjoy the new feature. We think it's a nice value add to the long list of cool features that we have condensed into the nice little space that Trunc.it takes up. Thanks for using Trunc.it, and we'll see you next time.